Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's the AFC Wildcard round of EA Sports.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Out come the New England Patriots, led by their 6'5" veteran quarterback Cam Newton.
And what an offseason and run-up to the idea that Cam Newton would be the starting quarterback in New England for the longest time. It didn't seem possible. And then he signed and quickly took over, became the starting quarterback and a captain of the Patriots. And now here he is in the playoffs. A new chapter for him. He's been to a Super Bowl before as a starting quarterback, but that was in Carolina. Now he wants to get back there with the New England Patriots and start a new legacy.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at the 40. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown. Chase Claypool, 56 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. At their own 20. Now this offense ready to head back out there. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off by Darnell Savage. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
They'll run with Dobbins, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Cam Newton and the Patriots set to go again on offense. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Michel
at the 43-yard line.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
The ball carrier.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and run for it with counter. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
The ball carrier.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Complete to J.K.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now it's counter. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, deep.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
A fumble on the play.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Patriots, nothing.
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it. And shedding through the tackle. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
On for the point after.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs, but this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought process that they'd be down double digits. But the good thing is it's the first half. You and I know, I mean, you've been with me long enough now. Hang with the game plan. Stay the course for a while. Don't panic and change up things. Keep grinding. Long way to go in this ball game.
That was my question to you. You don't throw everything away at this point. Stay on course.
To stay on course, obviously you want to eliminate the things that have caused you to be down double digits. But at the same time, you're not getting it all back in one play. Keep going. The game plan was put in there for a reason.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton, that's complete into the hands of Myers. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
7-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll run it. This is Michelle. And a short gain here down to the 22.
Michelle on the carry. He was taken down at the 20.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. New England on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. And that will be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And Parkey's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
A 2-yard gain. Brings up
a reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Edelman set to return. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. He'll get this underneath to Michelle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the 50, Newton. And he'll get that to Michelle, complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Again, Newton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Cameron Hayward. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Patriots 3,
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They'll run on first down. Connor. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Winovich brought him down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's Rudolph. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 17-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
On the carry.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
Chase Claypool. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Devin Bush, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Rudolph. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cam going to bring the Patriots up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On the ground, Michelle. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Michelle, the ball
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back now in Foxborough.
3rd quarter.
New England on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed a push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Second and 11. Dobbins running out of the gun. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
7 yards to pick up there. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 27.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And that's off the mark, incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Patriots send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken it around the 40. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, it's Connor, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Taking no gain on the play, it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 49-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy. Again, a run with Connor. And brought down, but able to
get it to their 30-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they will take a knee here. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. And they take a knee. The Steelers going to survive and advance as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.